Do you want to see another team do it? No. It sticks with you, I'd assume.
Well, I mean, every team you're on, you are what your record is, at the end of the year in terms of just that team. But, again, I was with that team for the first 4 games of the year, then I got put on injury reserve, and it was painful to have to watch the rest of the year. And, a lot of times you can forget that, these guys are human beings that got to go home. And it's not just like that's the only thing they do is play football. And so, no, you don't want to see anybody have to go through that.
Can you describe, I know you kind of just did, but what it is like in that locker room when the losses keep piling up?
Again, I was only there for 4 weeks.
Sure,
so,
I know.
I wasn't there. I can't really speak to what it was like the last 3 months of the season. But anytime you start the season and you're having a hard time getting that first win, you just feel like the pressure is kind of mounting on you, and so it's never an easy thing.
See, I would have to think that Jon, at one point, a team says, and this probably goes for any team in any situation where just emotion will carry you through. Can emotion, Jon, saying, I don't want to be embarrassed, whether it's 0-16 or just national television when people are watching, can emotion carry a team to victory in any circumstance? No,
I think I've always said that emotion doesn't win football games. If that was the case, you just go out and get the most highly emotional people around, and you'd win all the games. Emotion can help you in a moment, but it doesn't win football games for you. And so, nobody's in that locker room going, I don't really care if we win. There isn't a guy in there like that. They wouldn't be there if that was the case. And so, they're grinding it out. And I got a good friend on that team. I'm friends with Hugh Jackson, and it's a tough place to be, but there's a lot of football left.
Hugh Jackson, Jon, I was having this argument or discussion, we'll call it both, last night with a friend. Hugh Jackson seems to be coaching his tail off. He is doing any and everything he can do. From what you know of Hugh, what's this doing to him?
Well, the biggest thing about Hugh is he's got a lot of competitive pride. But, I'm sure that Hugh is while he's in the moment, and he's coaching in the moment and all that stuff, he's also taking a 20,000-foot view of it. And he understands that, he's trying to build something that's going to be sustainable long term. And it stinks when you don't get a win, but quite honestly, you don't feel a lot better if you're sitting here, 1-7, 1-8, or 2-6, or whatever it is. You wouldn't feel a ton better about that either. But at the same time, you're trying to establish building blocks as you go forward, and I'm sure that's what he's doing, as well as the front office and what they're focused on at this point, which is, hey, we're trying to rebuild this thing to something that can be sustainable over time and not just win in the moment.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.